Good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday. It's the 23rd of January, and I'm very happy to invite everybody here and to welcome everybody here. And I'm very happy to have Val presenting with me today. So I'm just going to start and jump in and give it over to Val. Say welcome to all the visitors. And Val, please tell us, why are you here? Why are you so excited? You were telling us before the time why that you are so excited. So please tell us your story, and then you can just tell me when I can start the screen sharing, and you'll tell the people what's going on in your life.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
I will do that. Thank you so much, Amanda. I'm so excited to be here, and thank you everyone for joining us. Yeah, we were just saying at 60 years old, my life has taken a bit of a turnaround. I'm a home boarder for dogs. So I have dogs come to stay in my home, and I walk dogs. And I was a dog walker that had a hip injury. I had some massive hip problems. And just after taking out my license, my hip did what I can only describe as something crunchy. I nearly went down on the floor, and it turned out I'd had a big tear in my greater trochanter tendon, and I was having a huge amount of pain walking. Now, a dog walker that can't walk isn't a lot of cop. So it was a big problem, and I was living on painkillers. I had some scans and I had some injections with what I call the big horse needle, the one that goes straight into your hip. And I was having those every 6 months, and I was getting maybe 3 weeks at best respite from the pain with those injections, and the rest of the time I was living on painkillers. So I was waking up in the night to take more painkillers because I couldn't sleep because of the pain. I couldn't get comfortable. If I managed to get through my dog walking during the day, if I needed to go shopping at night, I was holding onto the shopping trolley like it was a Zimmer frame. I was grumpy and not a lot of fun to be around. And I was at the point where I was going to thinking, I'm going to have to give up my dog boarding business, which I've just spent a lot of money setting up. I live in a 2-story house. I was thinking I'm going to have to give up my 2-story house and move to a bungalow. I was going up and down stairs on all fours because it hurt so much. And, you know, I was not happy at where things were going. And at that point, you know, I wasn't even 60. So I said to the consultant, you know, when am I going to get better? And he said, well, you're not. He said, this is degenerative. I can't operate on you. He said, you're not going to get better. You're going to have to learn to live with the pain, and you can have as many steroid injections as you want. And I said, well, that's not going to do it for me, because the painkillers are actually giving me a lot of other health problems. So I was at my wit's end. I was due for another steroid injection last June. And trust me, they're really ouchy, and I didn't want to do it. And I happened to see a friend of mine on Facebook posting about these little funny patches that she was using for her husband and for herself. But what got me was she was also putting them on her rescue dogs. And to me, if someone's putting patches on animals, there's no placebo effect, because an animal won't understand what it is. And she was getting all these results. So I pestered her and said, Inez, you need to send me some information on these patches. And so she did. And because I'm an idiot, I thought, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. I'm going to jump straight in. And if it's an absolute load of rubbish, I'm going to send it straight back at 30 days. But right now, I need these patches. If it's as good as everyone says, I'm going to try it. So the patches arrived. I was like a cat on a hot tin roof waiting for them to turn up. I was looking at every bit of information I could possibly find, because I was fascinated, because could this possibly be true? The patches arrived and I put them on, and I have to say I was not a one-patch wonder. But I knew to expect not to be a one-patch wonder. I knew it might take a little bit of time. So I was prepared for that. And so I put these patches on. I immediately stopped my painkillers. So my pain should have gone up, but it didn't. Now, my pain stayed level, but after 2 weeks, my pain was coming down. So my pain, which was normally a 7 or 8 out of 10, with the occasional 9, came down to a 5 to 6, which, if that was the best I'd got after 2 weeks, I would have been happy with that. But it didn't. It continued on down. And by the time I got to 2 months, the pain was at a 0. The pain was at a 0. There were no painkillers. There was no steroid injection with the big nasty horse needle right into my hip. And we're now in January, and I've still not had the steroid injection, and I'm still not taking painkillers. I do squats in front of everyone at every opportunity because I can. I haven't been able to do those for years. You know, I used to love doing a fit camp. We used to do like a fit camp thing, and you know, we would mess about and do lots of exercises, and I would take on some of the younger people. I haven't been able to do that for a long, long time. So my dog business is safe. I'm walking again. You know, I don't have to move house. But then suddenly this business, I got involved, and you know, it's gone crazy. It's gone absolutely crazy. My mother started patching the same time as me, because I know Amanda's excited to hear this, because my mum's quite notorious. My mother is going to be 84 in March this year coming. And she wanted to start patching at the same time as me, because she didn't want to miss out. If I was going to get something that was going to help me, she wanted it. And she wanted to be a bit younger too. She works 1 day a week, gardening and housework. And at the beginning of last year, she was saying she was tired and she didn't think she could keep doing this job, but she loved the people. They're like family to her. And she was really depressed about having to give this job up. But she just didn't have the energy. So a couple of months of patching, and we noticed her step count had doubled. And I said to her, Mum, do you feel like giving your job up? And she said, well, no. She said, I have the energy now. And I said, well, that's fantastic. So, you know, she was going on doing really well. And then unfortunately, her partner died. Well, he wasn't a well man anyway, and he was overdue. So it was very sad. But they'd had the conversation before he passed that she shouldn't waste a minute and she should get straight out there and find a new man. So my mother, at nearly 84, I had her on the dating sites. She's been out dating people at 83 years old. She's been out dating. Well, after a couple of months, and we had to go through a situation, I said, look, you have to tell me where you're going before you go, not after. And I want to make sure you're only going to see people at lunchtime and you're meeting them for coffee. So anyway, after a couple of months, she's found a keeper, and she said, you better take me off that website, dear, because it's a bit too tempting. So she's found a nice guy called Derek, love him, and they go and play bingo and things. And then she came round for a Sunday lunch. Just it was probably in October, and we were partway through lunch, and I wasn't having to raise my voice as I normally do or repeat myself. So I was assuming she had her expensive hearing aids in, which her previous fella had, you know, insisted she buy, because she's been deaf as a post for years, and I love her to bits, but she, you know, and she was very difficult about wearing her hearing aids. So halfway through dinner, she said, oh, guess what, dear? And I said, what's that, Mum? She said, I haven't got my hearing aids in. And I said, but I haven't had to repeat myself. She said, I know. She said, I don't need them anymore. I said, what, you don't need your hearing aids? She said, no, my hearing's come back. And I said, my God, that's amazing. No, it's not, she said. I've wasted £3,000 on these hearing aids. I love my mum, crazy as a box of frogs, but she's great. And she's, you know, she's tearing around like a maniac, nearly 84 years old, still working. So there's something in these patches. For me personally, I used to bruise all the time because I had a very low platelet count. And I only just happened to notice a few weeks ago in a conversation with someone else about bruising, I only happened just to notice that I no longer bruise. That's all stopped. So, you know, where I had a very low platelet count, and I'm obviously now not taking the painkillers and what have you, my body's healing that way too. My hair has gone crazy. I've always had to wear it short because when it gets long, it gets too fine and fly away. But yeah, so that's, you know, sorry, that's my story. A little bit longer than I was intending, but I can't say enough about these patches. It's changed my life. I don't have to give up my dog boarding for health reasons, at least. And I don't have to move house. It's the best thing I've come across, and it does what it says on the tin.
You know, I feel we can stop the call now. We've heard so much. I mean, it's just like amazing. And, you know, we were talking earlier on about testimonies and how God just brings the right testimony and the right people together. And I know there was something that you said that somebody had to hear today. And thank you. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. So welcome to the others that came on a little bit late. Sharon, I'm so happy seeing you. It's my special friend from America. So great seeing you. Great that you're feeling better and that you can be here. So I'm going to go over to sharing, and then we'll talk later a little bit. So let's see.
I'm glad you get to do this bit, Amanda, because this shows that you don't have to be professional to do this.
Exactly. That's what I
You're
want to
doing that
always
for me
say.
because I can't do that.
No, but you know what's amazing is that anybody can do this if you're excited. You don't have to
Yeah.
be well or anything. You just have to be excited and want to help people. That's the most important part, and that we can all do. So let's start the slideshow. Right, let's go. Get going.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. Lifewave's phototherapy patches use light that can promote a general state of health and healthy activity unique to each Lifewave patch. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared energy emitted from the body is reflected back into the body and then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy. Lifewave phototherapy patches promote an environment that enables the body to optimize its restorative energy and enhances your ability to live well without the use of harmful drugs or chemicals. To find out more, contact your distributor. Lifewave. Live long, live well.
There we go. Isn't that fantastic? So the first question we're going to ask is, have you been patched yet? Now, some of you that are listening to this call may not actually be aware what this is all about. You may have been invited by a friend and they're saying, you've got to watch this call, and they're all excited and you're going, what on earth is going on? What is it with these little sticking plasters? Well, let me tell you, they are going to help you elevate, activate and regenerate your body in the most amazing and natural way. So obviously, we have to tell everyone Lifewave is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. So, you know, everybody is different, but we do see an awful lot of amazing results, and not just myself, but what other people tell me. We can't talk about the patches without talking about the inventor, who is also our CEO, and that's David Schmidt. He is the inventor of X39. He has over 180 patents to his name. He's a scientist and inventor. He's not a medical doctor, but he does have, I believe, a PhD in biology. But he is one of the world's leading specialists in age reversing. Yes, that is a thing. I didn't know age reversing was a thing. I didn't think that was possible, but now I know different. In 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research, which was the big buzzword at the time. And the recent patent he took out on this product that we're going to be talking about today, the X39, actually took 10 years and $4.5 million of his own money to bring to market. So it's been a long time in the making, but goodness me, it's been worth it, been totally worth the wait. The patents, well, you can't get a patent without actually proving what it says on the patent. And in this particular patent, the clinical studies show that according to at least one embodiment of the invention, when worn anywhere on the human body, will cause a beneficial effect by providing phototherapy to the human body, and embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvement in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. And that's just to name a few. So these are things that have all been proven in studies and patented. And that's a really important point just to know. Okay, these things work. There are a lot of different patches. The early patches started with the Energy Enhancer patch, and then we've gone through a lot of other patches that do lots of other things for the body, improve your mood, your sports performance. They reduce stress, they help you with weight loss, help with your immune system. But our flagship product is by far the X39. This is the stem cell activation patch, and this is now 86% of our sales are X39 because it does so much for your body, but the other patches are really good as well. So you'll be hearing a lot about stem cells. Why are they important? Well, they're able to make more cells like themselves. That is, they self-renew. They can become other cells that do different things in a process known as differentiation, which I can almost say. And they're needed for the maintenance of tissue as well as repair after injury. So this is the stem cells. They actually become almost anything else in your body. They can become skin, they can become bone, they can become tissue, heart, liver, lungs, whatever you need. Your stem cells can become different cells to help improve and repair your body. So why the X39, you ask? The fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. Hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging. By the age of 30, only half of your stem cells are active. So whilst you're growing, your stem cells are really active. Once you've stopped growing, you're doing the other thing, okay? You're starting to die, in effect. So by the time you get to 30, only half of your stem cells are active. And at age 60, that's me, you've lost most of your stem cell activity. So you start to age, you start to take longer to heal. Things start to go wrong. So how the X39 works, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy with patented nanocrystal technology. That just means lots of little tiny crystals inside the patch. And what they do is they reflect light to activate themselves. So the light that comes out of your body, they're reflecting some of that light, a particular part of the infrared light spectrum, back into your body. So it's your own light that's using to heal yourself. It's non-transdermal, and that means there's no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants, and it's non-invasive. Okay, so it's all natural. The benefits, some of the first things that people notice is mental clarity. It's one of the really big things. The fog clears. You get increased strength, reduced inflammation, restored muscle or skeletal conditions, especially I noticed that one, increased stamina, improvement of sleep. In fact, some people report having the most amazing full color, vivid dreams, not nightmares, but really fantastic dreams as their body, their brain downloads everything, and the sort of dreams that, really you remember with really, really wonderful, deep sleep. The energy and vitality goes up, and the really lovely thing, especially for us girls, is improved skin appearance. It really does help you feel good inside and out. So long-term results of the X39 as per case studies on, you'll find these on thisisitinfo.com. There'll be a slide with that coming up later, but write that down if you'd like to. The first few days, over 4,000 genes begin to reset. So things get working in your body straight away. Some people feel this almost immediately and some people don't. But believe me, it happens for everyone. It's going on in your body. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. So your mood will improve and, you'll just feel a lot better mentally. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Now, collagen isn't just for your skin. It's actually the most prevalent protein in your entire body. So it's in your muscles, it's in your organs. Your heart is a very big muscle, and that's a really important one. So collagen causes or helps with elasticity. And especially when your heart is concerned, by the time you get to 6 months, your heart is reversing in age. This is proved to be by up to 8 years. Can you imagine that? Your heart is aging backwards. When your heart stops beating, it's game over. If you can reverse your heart in age, you're going to have extra time, but extra time feeling amazing. And as David Schmidt says, it's not anti-aging, it's actually age reversing. And that's straight from the horse's mouth, David Schmidt, who is the inventor and our CEO. So let's take a little look at this topography map. This was from a study done with a group of people, but this particular participant, she was a 77-year-old woman, and you'll see when she had the X39 patch placed on the back of her neck in session 1, before she'd had the patch placed there, you see a lot of red and orange areas there, and that is signifying a lot of inflammation. So she had inflammation on the brain, she had a lack of brain coherence, so she was confused, didn't join the dots up quite as well as we might do. You know, she didn't really know what was going on. She had a lack of brain coherence. So by session 2, she'd been wearing the X39 patch on the back of her neck for 3 weeks. And you can see already the hot colours, the red and the orange, have gone, and things are looking much better. And there's no more inflammation, and she had much improved brain coherence. And in session 3, when she'd been wearing the patch for 6 weeks, this had continued. She'd had a complete turnaround, much better brain coherence. And it can be noted when she came in, her brain was hyperactive, but it calmed down dramatically by the second visit, and it just continued throughout this test period, through up to 6 weeks, when she was much, you know, feeling much calmer and you know, much more coherent. So inflammation reduction, you can see some other really good pictures here where the red areas are, where there's pain and inflammation. This is where the patches really make a difference, and you can see this in full color. So, you know, pain areas on the back and the shoulders, middle of the back, and then afterwards, after the X39 patches have been used, the pain and the inflammation is so dramatically reduced, and this is where people will be feeling a lot less pain. And again, with the hands, you know, people with inflammation, arthritis, these sorts of problems, in minutes, for some people, the X39 can literally make a difference in minutes or a couple of hours. It's absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy. Now, this is another really fantastic proof of what X39 can do, not just for men, I will say, because some women really suffer with hair loss too. And this can, for many people, be reversed, as it was an added bonus. This was something that we weren't expecting to happen with the X39, but lo and behold, when your body starts aging backwards, your hair can regrow. Now, quite often people also find that it goes back to the original colour. So instead of being grey, you go back to a darker colour. And that's not just the men, the girls get this too. I have to say, my own boyfriend's been moaning because he's got hairy legs now. He's never had hairy legs in his life. And he's gone, oh, even my legs are hairy now. So, you know, it goes everywhere, guys. We have some fantastic athletes on these patches too. Michael Phelps, one of the world's best swimmers ever, he was using the energy enhancer patches. Many sports people do. David Beckham, we know him from old. He actually obviously used the energy enhancer patches. You'll find Lorenzo Salvadori, Superbike champion, absolutely loved him for his concentration. And Sean May, an NBA top guy, loved his patches. So, you know, these athletes, they can wear them because there's no drugs, there's no chemicals, and it's totally safe for them to use in sports. It's not going to affect their testing, but it is going to affect their performance. So how do we wear this X39 patch? So you wear it for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. And that's so you repair and rejuvenate. So when you've worn your patch for 12 hours during the day, you then take it off at night, and you can either save it and put it on a child or a pet, or you can throw it away. But the next day you have to put a fresh patch on, because an adult will wear a patch for 12 hours, but it doesn't have 24 hours in it. It's only going to have about 16 to 18 hours of use in it. So there is a little bit what I call a dog dose on left in the patch after you've used it. But for an adult, you need a fresh patch every day. You can wear it on the nape of your neck, or you can wear it 2 fingers below your navel. They're the 2 places that have been proven during testing to be, the best places. But to be honest, because these patches are systemic, you can put them anywhere on your body. So if you have a pain in your leg, in your foot, on your arm, you can put the patch close to that pain and it will work there first. Now, obviously, you also have to have 12 hours with your patch off. And this is to avoid attenuation. So your body doesn't get used to the signal. So if your body were to get used to the signal, it would start to ignore it. So also it needs to just wind down a little bit after it's doing all that work for 12 hours. It's doing all that work, and then it needs to just have a little bit of a nap and get ready for the next day and get the patch on and get to work again. So you can wear more than one patch at a time, but not more than one X39 patch. So we have all these, as we showed you earlier, what we call the ancillary patches. So you can wear more than one different type of patch at a time, but it's not shown to be more than 20% beneficial to put on 2 X39 patches. So financially, it's just not worth it. One patch is going to do the job of the X39. Also important to drink plenty of water and also electrolytes, because these things are going to help your body to be more conductive and also give your body everything that it needs to get those stem cells activated and get them working. It needs the building blocks to actually get to work properly. So plenty of water, please, and electrolytes. There's a 90-day protocol. Now, we say this because, let's face it, especially, you know, if you're getting to my age, even if you're 30, even if you're 20, you've spent a long time damaging your body. Okay, this is not an aspirin. It's not going to make your body right in 2 minutes or half an hour or even 12 hours. David Schmidt advises to use the patches for a minimum of 90 days for optimum results. And although that's the recommendation, we have seen results in weeks, days, hours, minutes, and even occasionally seconds. You know, I've seen quite a few one-patch wonders, but we're not all built the same way. Everybody has had its own challenges. And the most common reason for any lack of response to the patches is dehydration. So do make sure that you drink plenty of water, and that will really help, and the electrolytes too. Now, this website came up a little while ago. Please take a screenshot or just write this down, www.thisisitinfo.com, and you will find more information on there than you can shake a stick at. Some of you will like the videos on there, and some of you will want to go to the numbers and the patents, but there's something there for everyone. There are short videos, there are long videos, there are videos from doctors, there are testimonials. You have a look. Honestly, you will find every single piece of information that you need on this website. So the X39, so sophisticated, yet so simple to explain. The testimonies of X39 are absolutely life-changing, and trust me, they're pretty emotional, some of them. I can cry over an Andrex advert. So, you know, I tend to go when people tell me some of the things that have happened in their lives and have changed with these patches, you know, it sets me off. So the best thing about the X39 patch is it absolutely works. Are we going to invite a few people for testimonials at this point, Amanda? Is that okay?
Yes, definitely.
Because I know we've got some wonderful people on the call. Is there anyone on here who would like to just say a little bit about what the patches have done for them? You can raise a hand.
I'll just unmute. Oh, Sharon.
Oh,
yes,
Sharon.
please. You can just unmute, and I'm going to say ask to unmute.
There we go.
You can just, there you go.
Okay. Hi, everyone. And hi, Amanda. Thank you for your diligence in helping me, because it's been quite a journey for me for so many reasons. I am so thankful for this. I think I've been on it about a month, maybe a little more. I'm very not good on time remembrance, but I have seen it working. I've seen, my husband has seen it working. It's just helped me in so many ways. I've seen pain go away. I've seen my attitude, just feeling hopeful, restful, sleeping well. I used to take medication to go to sleep. I don't even seem to need that now. I'm trying to think of what else. It just has been, I'm going to be taking this for the rest of my life, and I'm just loving the testimonies. And I'm a lifer. I'll be a lifer. And I'm also getting people interested. I wanted to wait till I had more testimony to be able to share. And it's neat because I was talking to some ladies the other day, and I of course want it to be very natural, that they understand I'm not trying to sell anything. So I kind of held back and just thought, let me just let the testimony help. I was in a group of ladies, and I'm telling you, I could think, I could talk in a level that I have not been able to for quite a while. I had shared this before, that about 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with early onset dementia. Talk about that messing with your mind. I was having some problems where I was shaking and different stuff. So MRIs told me that my brain was smaller than it should have been for my age. I'm 64. So I thought, well, that explains a lot. But I feel like it's way on the back burner. I'm not even concerned about it. I just see myself functioning now. And I'm just so grateful, and I feel so much hope. And I'm enjoying the aspects that it'll reverse my aging and be able to restore a lot of the stem cells damage I've caused in my life for all different reasons. So happy here. Thank you so much, you guys.
Wow. Just wow.
Blessing. I can't wait, because you know what's amazing is that the longer people use this, the more results we get. You know, it's not like you get a lot of results and then it stops. It really gets better. The longer you keep on doing, the longer the stem cells can do their work. So it blesses me. Thank you so much. Thank
That
you for
is just
sharing
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
brilliant. Does anyone else want to say anything?
Margaret, you are going to say something. Don't sit there like you're not going to say something. I know you're going to. I
Well,
have to
you
hear
know,
your stories.
I was hoping that my husband was going to come and walk in here, because, I mean, he's the guy that if you patch him now, within a couple of minutes, something happens. He's one of those, not the one-day wonders or miracles, it's the couple of minutes, you know, a couple of seconds. So I can just testify of him. Last week, he had a arm, you know, one of his muscles on his arm was hurting, and I gave him the Uys Wave to put on his arm. And as he touched the Uys Wave patch, he says the pain is gone. And well, I was taking the video, you know, and I was flabbergasted, because I thought, well, you know, I thought in a couple of minutes, but not immediately. I mean, I didn't even have the white patch on yet. It was just the brown patch, and he was just holding it, and it was gone. And I thought, no, you know, let's just put it on. And he says, this is really scary stuff, you know. Within a couple of minutes, he was outside mowing the lawn. So that is one thing, you know, I can say. Previously, another thing that happened with him is he had a problem with his leg, and he couldn't tie his shoes anymore. Now, I know that part of it is also, you know, when we get older, you know, things happen to our bodies. So for a year, he had a problem with his legs, you know, and he couldn't bend down, and he couldn't lift up his leg to tie his shoes. And during the day, I got my patches, and the first day I gave him the patch. When I took it off, I said to him, stick it on you, so let's have a look and see what's going to happen with you. So he had it overnight, and the next morning he did his shoes, and afterwards he thought, now, how did I do that? And it was gone. And I mean, you know, that was after a year of being in pain that he couldn't lift up his leg. So maybe next time he'll come and bring his own test to me, but that's two things that I can just say. I agree with everyone, you know, that I can't be without it anymore, because I know things are happening inside my body here. And I'm looking forward to the day for my eyes. But in the meantime, I've got more energy. I don't have as much fog, brain fog anymore. You know, when we get older, we get confused and stuff like that. Low blood pressure. I don't have low blood pressure anymore. So those are things that I've noticed in myself that's made quite a difference in my life. So there you go, Amanda.
Margaret, and you've got a story, I'm sure Val will enjoy that, with patching your dog third hand after you
yes.
and Trevor's been patching.
Little Muppet. Yeah, I put the patch on first, then Trevor gets it second hand, and Muppet gets it third hand.
Wow.
And Muppet had growths on his body. All those growths are gone, and Muppet couldn't go up the stairs. He's getting old, and now he runs up the stairs, you know. So, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
and he gets a third hand.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, there you go.
Wow. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you for pressing that button and telling us. Appreciate
Brilliant.
that. So I'm going to tell you my story quickly. My name is Amanda Uys, and I live in Grootbrak on a farm. And I learned about these patches in January last year. And I thought it was a lot of nonsense, wasn't interested. But I heard the income story of the lady, and it made me think. But I still thought it was a lot of nonsense. But then I got sick. I got COVID, like Sharon, as she got COVID as well when she started patching. And well, not because of the patching. She started patching because of the COVID. Anyway, and I was so sick that after 4 weeks, I was just still in bed. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. I tried to get out of the house after 4 weeks just to get out of the house. My husband walked with me. After 150 meters of walking, my heart wanted to jump out of my chest. it was a very scary place to be because you've got to earn your income, but you can't even walk 150 meters. And my sister had by then started patching. She sent me some patches because she was so worried about me. And I put the patch in the back of my neck. I had a bit of detox with my brain. My head just felt so thick and I fell asleep. 2 hours later, when I woke up, there was nothing wrong with me. I didn't believe it could happen. I just thought I had a very good sleep. But when 2 days later, I went walking on the farm. I walked 1.5 kilos without a problem on a mountainous farm. 4 days later, when I looked at my watch, I'd already walked 9,000 steps and I was converted. I started patching people. I haven't stopped patching people and helping people and talking about it. You just can't keep quiet because how can you not tell people? But I want to tell you some, so other things that's happened, sleeping, amazing, and my skin has improved. And my latest thing is even my heels are softer. I can't believe it. I didn't even think of something that could happen like that. But I want to tell you what happened this week. I was with my mom and then later with my parents-in-law. So my mom's got Alzheimer's. She's 86. She's almost 87 now. And 2 years ago, the report that was given at the place where she lived said that on a good day, she would say yes or no, the food was good, and give a sweet smile. That was on a good day. And yesterday I made a little video where I put some things together where before that, let's say August last year, I did a video and she couldn't say a sentence. She just kept on forgetting the words and just gave up on that. Now she's got Alzheimer's. You're supposed to go backwards. And now I've got a video that they sent to me yesterday where my mom is sort of reading a book, not reading, but she could say she doesn't like this book. She doesn't really like love stories. The lady said, what kind of book should I give you? She says, give me a book with some jokes, not English. I like Afrikaans. And seeing the difference in a year and a half, her getting better instead of getting worse. I mean, it doesn't make sense. And I'm just so grateful having my mom back, being able to see little pieces of her humor coming through, things like that. It's just a blessing having that. I know she's got Alzheimer's. I know it's not going to be healed, but having my mom back in little pieces is just a blessing. And then we went to my father-in-law. He's almost 90 and he was in a car accident and he bruised or cracked or something his ribs. So he was in a lot of pain. And I patched him with everything. I put X39 and Eon and Uys Lifewave. I put that on. And he didn't feel much on the ribs really. But within 10 seconds, he was looking down and his eyes were like almost closed. And I patched him and he looked up and he said, and this was like 10 seconds, and he said, I'm feeling better. And I said, what do you mean you're feeling better? He says, I don't know, but I'm feeling better. I said, try and explain to me, what does that mean? And he says it was like a shock through his whole body. And he says, I don't know, I'm feeling light. I'm feeling better. And the next day he said to me, I said, how are you feeling? And he says, I can move my neck. I said, what do you mean? He says, look at this. I can turn it left, right, backwards. He couldn't do that anymore. And he says his knees were like crackling the whole time when he got up. He says his knees isn't cracking anymore. So, we start patching, I patched him, obviously thinking the ribs. And suddenly other things started happening. So I'm very fortunate. I've had many one-patch wonders, but it's again that disclaimer, it's not a panado. This is not a quick fix. You have to give these stem cells time to go where, if it needs to go, we don't know where it's supposed to go, where the most important thing is. But it's so exciting. Actually, you never know what's going to happen. It's always exciting to hear what people are saying. So it's been a blessed journey. It's changed my life financially as well. I'm in a totally complete different place from where I was a year ago, and I would forever be grateful. And grateful for a sister who didn't give up on me when I thought it was a lot of nonsense, and she just kept on going. And if we can just keep on going, we're changing people's lives. They don't always listen the first time, but when they start listening and start patching, that's a big thing. Just put the patch on your body and your life will change. Okay.
Wow.
So guys, I'm going to go back to screen sharing. Just get there. So, okay. So I don't know why you are here today, but we all have certain goals and dreams, and sometimes we've given up on our dreams, but most of us, we want some changes, maybe to our family, to our time, freedom to do things, freedom to make choices, more security, could be financial security. Some people want to travel the whole world. we want better health, maybe less debt. Let's see how Lifewave can make a difference in your life. So when I started looking at thinking of doing this as a business, I had to look into how stable is this company? Is the one night stand thing? Is it a fly by night kind of thing? But when I started looking into this company is already 20 years old. And you know, new companies usually last 2 years. You're lucky if they last 2 years. This company is already 20 years old. It says open in more than 75 countries. I think we're on 86 countries now. It's not a Me Too product because there are wonderful products out there, wonderful companies out there, but there's always a lot of, what's the word? Competition. But with us, there's no competition because nobody else can do this for at least another 16 years. We've got a 20-year patent, and that puts us in a very unique position in the marketplace. You can see how this company went up to 2021, was still $20 million company. But then when X39 came in, things just exploded. So you can see there it went up from 320 million, 430 million, and last year we went over 600 million. And they think that we're going to go at least, or we're working to go at least $1 billion in 2025. This company is absolutely amazing. It is, for a few years, it's been ranked as the #1 momentum company in the world. This is per businessforhome.org. And we've had a 3,000% growth rate from 2018 to 2024. So the momentum is there. This company is going places, and we are in the place where we're at the start of, it's 20 years, but really at the start, people are getting to know about this, and this is going to go out of control. I'm excited to be part of this. So you are sitting here and maybe you're saying, I'm interested. What is my buying options? So as a customer, you can start, and we're just going to talk X39 on $149 for X39. And it's on full retail, but there are better options. You can become a preferred customer. We will only pay $100 for X39. So you will be getting it on wholesale, and you will be on a monthly order so that you can get it on the wholesale price. But there's also the brand partner option where you can get it for $100 always for X39. And then you will always buy in wholesale. You don't have to buy every month. You can buy when you want to, how you want to. You are in control. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. And you get your own website, and you decide when you want it, how you want it. But you get access to discounts and to a lot of wholesale and a lot of specials. And if you want to do the business, you've got an amazing business opportunity that can change your life. So what is the enrollment packages? These are the most, the ones that we really like is the core option, where you're going to pay only $295 for 3 sleeves of X39. Better option even is going on the advanced option, will be $535 for 6 sleeves. You can see the saving there. And then when you're for large families or a serious entrepreneur, $1,750 for 20 sleeves of X39. What I love about these options, it's much cheaper, but not only that, you can mix and match. So you can at any time change at least one of the X39s for 2 of the secondary patches. So this is really a great advantage. But it might look a little bit confusing. Don't worry, go back to the person who invited you or your sponsor, and they will help you set up the perfect package for your situation, because some people start on only the $25. That's like an enrollment package, and buy 1 sleeve of X39. That's how I started. I couldn't afford anything more, but your sponsor will help you and show you where you can start at a price and at an option that works for you. So let's say you want to look at the business opportunity. How can you earn an income with Lifewave? Now, for us in South Africa, this is a huge advantage, is being able to earn in dollars. So you get paid every week, and there are 5 ways that you can earn. The first one is through retail. The moment that you join, you will get your own online shop. This is really awesome. You don't have to set up an online shop. It's already set up for you. And if somebody is interested, they can buy directly from you. You don't have to carry stock, and people can buy directly from you. The next one is with introduction bonus. So if you introduce somebody to the business or as a brand partner, you will get an introduction bonus. There are cycle bonuses, and this is where you'll be earning from not only your own organization, but from everybody in your organization. Then there's matching bonuses where you are going to help people in your team to be successful. When they are successful, when they earn more, you'll be earning more. You'll be rewarded for helping the people in your team. And then there are a lot of member incentives, trips and rewards and prizes. But don't worry about how it works, because your sponsor, your upline, the person who invited you will explain the details of that to you. So just a little part of it is that you work with only 2 teams. You've got a left team and a right team, and it's as easy as adding people on your left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg, and you can become a manager within adding 4 people on the core option. But don't worry about it. Just know that there are amazing opportunities that can change your life, and there will always be somebody to help you, to assist you, to take you by the hand, step by step, to get there. All you need is to want to help people and to want to change your life. So Val was talking about the thisisitinfo.com website. You can get huge amounts of information there on how to use the products, what other people say, what's the research, the clinical studies, everything is on there. And then when you decide to do the business, you want to earn an income, there's this website, thisisitin.com, and you will get information there and help there on how to speak to people, how to do your business. Everything that you need is there. We've got these calls. All you have to do is invite people to the calls and everything will be done. Everything will be explained to them. So David Schmidt says, you have an incredible opportunity before you today, and that is the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everybody around you. For you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, anybody that you can come in contact with, you have the ability to change their lives if you will be willing to open your mouth and just share the excitement of this fantastic product. So now's your time to make a move. And I want to ask you, are you serious about your dream? I want to tell you there's hope for your future. It's as easy as getting started with X39 and your life can change. So go back to the person who invited you here, who shared this opportunity with you, and we'd love to talk further. We're going to stop the sharing now. Stop sharing, and we're going to pause the recording, and we will just have a time where we can easily talk to each other. But I want to say thank you, Val. Thank you for sharing your awesome story with us and the way that you just presented. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for everybody who shared their story and who was here. Go out and tell other people about this amazing opportunity.